morning. It's 6:45 a.m. Time to go collect eggs and get kids up for school. How do you like those beautiful jars with beautiful food in them behind me? But first, gonna get the cup of decaf down there happening. And we'll start this day and see what we can get happening. Good morning to the baby chicks. And over here, can't really see. I'm gonna let in got the coffee, got the eggs from the coop, and it's 6:59 a.m. Just need to get up Quinlan. Morning, Quinlan. Got the coffee, got the eggs from the coop, and it's 6:59 a.m. Just need to get up Quinlan. Morning, Quinlan. Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm not sure what day this is, but let's just, for the sake of this, call this day 3. It's been a blur. You've probably seen a blur of log notes from me from the last episode, but I'm going to try to get more organized. We just had a holiday, and I decided to go outside in this beautiful weather that we're having before it gets to be too blistering hot in the morning. And of course there was too much wind and it was noisy, so I ended up in the meditation studio here on the property or the land where I live. It's a very beautiful place. I'll give you a quick look over here. I talked about the meditation studio, I think, in the first podcast. I've got a little Buddha looking at me out there. And so, forgive the shaky camera. Hope you got a look at that. So let's go over. I dropped kids off this morning. It's about 11 o'clock. I got back in, started rendering the first episode in this podcast again without music, because a lot of you said the music was distracting, so I won't do music with words especially, or lyrics that is, again. And so while that's rendering, I also did my usual check-in with the keywords in the morning. Things are going well there. And I feel like I'm on the verge of saying something really, having a new video that's going to really change my, I guess, a game changer or a shift in my philosophy on how I make a living as a musician and how I interface or interact with my community. So I've got that on my mind this morning, and I'm about to do. This morning I'd like to do a video with just a statement about what I want to do going forth and what I've learned in the last 10 to 20 years being in the music business. And so I'm thinking, I'm taking notes about that, what approach I want to take. I think I'm going to do just several, probably 5 or 6 off-the-cuff videos with some notes in front of me, and then just put them out there and see which one you guys like the best. But a couple of them have me starting with that I have a dream. And also another one starts with defining what meaning is and meaning in life is, and how do we find meaning. And then the other one is starting with telling the story of the last 10 years of what I've done to try to be successful, and that it's been great, but that I'd like to, going forth, by telling this story, say that, this was great and everything, but how, with your help, how can we make it even better, and how many more lives can I help make better through my music if we partner together. So it's kind of just general. It's really general right now, but I'm putting together some notes for a pitch video that I hopefully will do this morning. So look for that soon. And everything's been going great. Last week I had the wedding the new wedding planning tips podcast put up. That's available now at celebratewithstringsattached.com. You just fill out a form. And what that does is when people come to the website, the idea is to get them to sign up on my list. I give them some free information. They get to know me through the podcast or by reading the emails, and hopefully a rapport is started. And if they need my services at some point, they're going to call me. So the idea when using the web is to pull people into your fold and have some kind of small carrot, something you can give away about yourself that allows them to get to know you, and hopefully a relationship is started, and you go from there. One of the problems I think with doing the wedding business is that it's kind of a one-off. You make a relationship with these people, you spend a lot of time getting ready for their wedding, or let's say for an event, party, whatnot. You do the party and that's it, and you really don't see them again. Maybe you might see them at a gig. Whereas if you're a local artist and you have a community that you put on concerts for, this could be a lifelong relationship that you cultivate and keep going, and you really get to know the people in your community. So that's kind of where I'd like to go, and that's part of the deal of making this video. The video that I'm going to make this morning, making that clear, is really shifting toward making these permanent relationships with our local people. You know, the phrase about think global, act local. Back to that idea. So I've got the podcast up on iTunes. I've got this podcast up on iTunes. I had a lot of work to do editing it, and I've decided to move over to the iPhone. I'm using the iPhone now, because what I can do is just make a bunch of off-the-cuff videos throughout the day, and they'll all be in order numerically. I can upload those to YouTube, and then have somebody else, a virtual assistant, can go through and edit them. So eventually I won't even have to edit this. I can just put content down and have somebody else, an intern or a virtual assistant, put all the parts together in order, and put a tag on the end, an intro on the front, and boom, it's done. So a lot of this life, as we know, is in time management and trying to get things out of the way so that you can get to the meaningful and the important things, right? What are the important things? Taking time out of your day to meditate, taking time to practice, trying to determine, we have a limited amount of time here on the earth, and what is the greatest impact I can make? Is it spending time running around, chasing down, doing errands, chasing down opportunities, or is my best time spent playing for retired folks or memory care folks, or going and doing shows in the schools, music in the schools, inspiring kids to have this lifelong love of music that can enrich their lives and others, and is the best use of my time to be spending all day on the computer trying to promote and make things happen with my bank account, try to get more money in there through various other ways? Or is my best time spent reflecting and writing a piece of music that may stay beyond my life and may enrich other lives beyond my life? That's a good question, isn't it? We all have to figure that out. So I'm kind of going off here, but that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be thinking about that video, and then I'm going to just do it. I'm not going to be a perfectionist. I'm going to try not to be a perfectionist, make something passionate for the video, do my hair up a little better, maybe get a little more presentable, and make that video with the HD video recorder that I have. So I'm looking at my notes to see if there's anything else to mention. I've got kids tonight. I'm working with Amanda. We are having a meeting today about what to do with the financial crisis and the gig crisis. And I think that sometimes it has to get a lot worse for it to get better. So I'm looking at this challenging time as an opportunity to maybe go a different direction and take a risk. So I can keep working on all this SEO stuff okay. Well, back to the details. For those of you who are watching this for business ideas, one of the things I'm going to do after I turn this off is I'm going to go and I'm going to export all of my mailing lists, including the Strings Attached mailing list, the Strings Attached volunteer list, the Strings Attached media list, and I'm going to import that into a new really cool site called sendpepper.com. It's a very cool, up-to-date, modern site that has lots of bells and whistles that makes it easy to track my relationship with each one of you, and easy to find emails that we've exchanged. Everything is in one place. When I look up, if you are on my list, if we have any sort of relationship, you're a Strings Attached volunteer, maybe you're a friend of Strings Attached, I can look up and see what our interactions have been. I can pull up different lists and send emails out in a real organized fashion, and keep all that organized instead of having to search around in emails, and we know how bad email can be. So I'm really excited about putting the list, the contact lists, over into sendpepper.com, so that hopefully I can be freed up to do other things that are creative and exciting. And I've got the wedding podcast up. Curious to see if any leads come in from that. And I'm thinking about practicing this afternoon. Quinlan just texted me saying he needs a signature on something for school. That's right, for his, I just remembered that was for his schedule change. So I'm thinking about taking this new shift in my approach to making a living as a musician to the street and doing some busking, printing out a sheet that I can hand out that explains my philosophy and how people can jump in and support something meaningful happening in Austin with what I do in Strings Attached, and getting out to the community and enriching my community. So let's get started on this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later on. I'll check in later. Bye. Here we are outside the meditation studio, and Woody always likes to come sit with me, whether I'm practicing in here, in this gorgeous spiritual place that I can come, that adds a lot of meaning to my life. So he's always here. And this is where I made that recording. So it's back to the main house and get to work on that send pepper importing. Shall we, Woody? Here we go. Well, I'm over at Quinlan's school near downtown Austin, just off of Congress and Mary. And he's about to take an algebra readiness test, so I'm going to go have a beer, make this video for you. This morning I finished a training video for one of my virtual assistants over in Pakistan, so he can actually take all of these videos and do the assembly. So at this point, once he's trained, all I will have to do will be to make these videos, upload them to YouTube, step back, and he'll take care of the rest. So that allows me to focus just on the creative part. And so I finished that training video. He's in the process of watching it and getting trained. I'm excited about that possibility. Off to have my beer. And then when I get home today with Quinlan, we'll make that exciting statement of change video. So, off to my beer. If any of you have ever seen Friday Night Lights, this is one of the places behind me. Fran's Hamburgers, where they shot a lot of the scenes with the high school students eating after school. Reporting from Austin, Texas. I'll talk to you soon. See you at the next part of the podcast. Here's another view of the Fran's Hamburgers. That's where a lot of the Friday Night Lights was filmed, right in there. And there's a nice view of downtown Austin. You can see it. So I'm heading over to Wahoo's Tacos for a nice beer. See what else I can put on this podcast. This is the entrance to Wahoo's. Outside of Fran's, Quinlan and I are about to have dinner in the spot where they filmed Friday Night Lights right here. It's a show I'm enjoying right now. It's not related to anything business, but just thought I'd mention it. Yep. Right here. Good evening, everybody. The end of day 3. After that beer, I ended up running into Guy Forsyth there at the
Wahoo's Tacos, and the day basically became a wash. My son had a algebra test, and I treated him to a burger. We came home and lounged the rest of the evening. So it's back to work tomorrow, and hopefully I'll bring you more interesting things. And hopefully tomorrow we'll get on that. We'll have some energy, and we'll get on that cool video that I've been talking about first thing tomorrow after I get back from dropping off the son. We'll see you in the morning. Good night from Woody's Place, Austin, Texas, home of Strings Attached and Will Taylor.